What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you for clicking on another one. As you can see here, we are on the Vanguard beta today. Over the weekend, I finally got a chance to play it. I don't have a PlayStation, so I've literally had to wait like all these weeks to actually get my hands on the game. And what I wanted to do was go over my experience with the beta over the weekend, talk about the good, the bad, what I think needs to change, what I think's great, all that good stuff. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you enjoy today's content. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. It'd mean the world to me to have you on board. Okay, first, before we get into this thing, I do want to preface it by saying this is only a beta, so everything that I'm saying, my good, my bad, it's all prone to change, and a lot of it probably will change. I've seen a lot of negativity surrounding the beta on Twitter and all these other socials. And I think it's a little bit, I think people are being a little harsh in a lot of ways. I think if you look back on what we got on the Modern Warfare 2019 beta, a lot changed between the release of the game and when the beta released. So I think it's only fair to kind of give Sledgehammer a chance here to see what it's actually going to be like when the game releases. So first, I want to talk about the good first, get that out of the way, because we don't like negativity around here. We don't like talking about bad stuff. I was overall pretty pleased with what we got in the beta. It had, if nothing, a lot of potential. First, I want to talk about the guns, right? Weapons in this game are phenomenal. There was nothing that was just so absurdly unbalanced, I guess. Like, you do have your better guns. I'd say your best choices are going to be the STG, the Thompson, and the MP40. Those three guns right there are pretty dominant. That's what you're going to see more than anything. But I feel like looking back on like the Modern Warfare 2019 beta, there was a couple, like one or two dominant guns, and that was it. Like in Modern Warfare 2019, you had the M4 and you had the 725. That was it. That's what you saw. So everybody was using, and it was completely overpowered. In Cold War, we had the 74U. This one seems relatively a little more balanced. The Gunsmith, I have some good and bad to say about the Gunsmith. I think 10 attachments is a little much. I think that's going to be hard for them to balance. It's going to be hard for them to keep up with. If you look, over the past Modern Warfare 2019, it was very, very difficult to keep everything balanced just because there was so much variety in the way you could build a weapon. And I think this is going to make it really, really tough on Sledgehammer. But we'll see. The guns feel really, really good. The feel of a weapon when you shoot the weapon, the recoil, the way it sounds, it gives off major, major, major Modern Warfare 2019 vibes. It's just such a satisfying, almost like a ASMR type. Like, sorry, I'll stop. The movement this is Modern Warfare 2019's engine. It's the same, runs on the same engine. It's like an upgraded version. I do think graphically it's lacking a little bit compared to Modern Warfare 2019. I don't think the graphics are bad. I've seen a lot of hate towards the physical, the way it looks, and I just don't really agree with that. I don't really see where people are getting that from. I don't think it looks bad. It's definitely a step down probably from Modern Warfare 2019, but it's not like a step down like Cold War. I do think the movement's really, really good. Graphics are good. I will say the slide canceling, even though it's the same engine, same movement, the slide canceling is feels a tad bit different on Vanguard than Modern Warfare 2019. There's like a weird, how do I explain it? I guess stutter would be the word. After you slide cancel, there's like a little lag, a stutter before your tactical sprint reset. So that's an issue. Once you get used to it, it's not really an issue, but I think that's something that Sledgehammer definitely needs to look into. The maps. So this is weird because the maps are in my good category and they're in my bad category. There's only 4 maps, I think, that they gave us. And at launch, there's going to be 24 maps. So I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's fair to really judge the entirety of the game. All of them. I mean, there's 20 other maps coming. So just these 4 they gave us, not all the maps. I'm not saying the 4 are bad. They're just not great. And I'm going to go into reasons why I don't think they're great when we go over the cons. What I will say is the maps outside of Red Star and what's the beach map? It's got a big boat in the middle. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you played it. But like Hotel Royale, the other map, they are both heavily close quarters maps, which Modern Warfare 2019 was lacking incredibly. It was just so spread out. It was almost like playing Battlefield in a way, and COD just doesn't play well like that. This is one good thing about the maps, is they do promote a lot of gunfights. It's a lot of close quarters. There is a lot of angles and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily promote camping. Another pro is Ghost. So I want to talk about Ghost specifically. Ghost is a big deal in Call of Duty. And to me, Ghost is one thing that almost ruined Modern Warfare 2019's multiplayer. The fact that you could get Ghost and go sit in a corner with a 725 and not move, and no one would ever know where you are. It just doesn't, that's the way it works. In this game, you can have Ghost, but it only works if you're moving. If you stop at all, it's not working, which I think they could actually be a little more lenient on that, because there is a, you know, tactical way to play Call of Duty at times, and you aren't always going to be just running and gunning, especially if you're playing for V2 rockets. But the fact that somebody could get Ghost and never move for an entire game, and you would never know, that was an issue in Modern Warfare 2019, and it made it very difficult to play. So let's go ahead and go into the cons. I'm just gonna go ahead and point out the elephant in the room. The sun is awful. Let me preface all this by saying everything about the say in the cons list has been, I'm sure Sledgehammer is well aware of all this because people have let them have it over the last few days. So the sun, very, very bad. You can't see any, and pretty much on every map, there's a certain angle where the sun is very, very, very bad. Like it's Warzone times 10. Like you cannot see your entire screen. There's just sun. They need to fix that. Let's go ahead and talk about the maps. So I said the good about the maps. It does promote post-quarter engagements, but the maps like Hotel Royale, for example, what I don't like about Hotel Royale is there's like multiple levels to the map. So you can like look down on people, you can look up at people. There's a lot of different like closets and hallways. There's just a lot going on. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. There's 20 other maps coming. This is just all we know. We got 4 maps to base our opinion on, right? Not really fair to judge the entirety of the release based off of these 4 maps. I'm just going off of these 4 maps we got. They're not great. I do like that it's not like Modern Warfare 2019 where you can just sit in windows from across the map and beam people with an M4, but there's just a lot going on. We'll just see. We'll see when the full release comes out. The spawns, all right? Okay. The spawns are very, very bad. This is something they're aware of, right? They've already messed with the logic. It is better than what the alpha was when the alpha released a few weeks ago, the PlayStation alpha. That was very, very, very bad. I didn't get to play it, but I watched plenty of gameplay. It's just, it still needs a lot of work. Specifically on certain maps, it's bad. It's just not very fun. Spawns need to be worked on, and they know that. That's something they're working on, and I'm sure it'll be much, much better come release day, November 5th. All right, this is the last con I have on this list, and it is by far the worst part of the entire beta, and that is the footstep audio. The footstep audio is horrendous. It's the worst I've ever encountered. Warzone, we all know how much we hate dying to people with dead silence in Warzone, right? This is like playing against an entire team with dead silence. You can't hear anything. You know, dead silence is a field upgrade again in this game, but it doesn't matter. You don't, might as well not use it because you can't hear. I've heard insiders say that they are already aware of this and they're already working on it. So it's not something I would, that's definitely the worst part of the whole beta, and that's what everybody's complained about the most, and they're working on it. I am almost positive that that will be fixed come release day. And it just has to be a good medium. Modern Warfare 2019, the footstep audio, the fact that I could hear somebody fart 3 rooms away, that was a problem. That's what promoted people playing so slow, because it's like they could just stop and violate their headset and just sit there and listen just for every little crouch walk step. And that's just not fun. It needs to be a happy medium. In the OG CODs, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, footstep audio wasn't that loud. Like you could hear people, but you couldn't like know every single move they made like Modern Warfare 2019. That was a big problem. That's really all I have to say on the cons. Overall, I thought the beta was good. They learned a lot. That's what betas are for them to learn, figure out what they need to do in order to make it ready for release. And I think they got everything they need. You know, everybody's been very vocal, you know, even though people aren't being very friendly about it. Everybody's being vocal. I think they got a lot of information, and I think a lot of this stuff is going to be fixed. I'm really hoping that we have some more Vanguard gameplay and content coming to you guys in the coming months. This beta got me very, very, very excited nonetheless, even with the flaws. It was very, very fun. I had a very good time. We have till Wednesday, actually. They extended it. So maybe we'll get another Vanguard video pumped out later this week. I want you guys to let me know in the comments below What are your thoughts on the beta? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Let me know and why. The link to all of my socials will be in the description below. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later on this week. Much love, baby.